Daniel, surely has been dubbed, really, as the biggest college admission scam ever prosecuted by the U.S. justice system. Just how much was estimated in bribes when it comes to this entire scam and the impact that it's had?
Well, it's a huge scandal here that is running the gamut of trickery and bribery, and it all centres on one man, William Singer, who had an organisation that was supposed to prepare children for college in legitimate ways, but in fact he ran at least $25 million in bribes through his organisation, pretending that the money was going to a charitable foundation, essentially hiding the way that this was operating, and bribing all kinds of people, those who were taking tests in high school to get into the colleges, to make sure that their students got good grades, or in fact, if they didn't get as good grades, that pretending that they had some kind of learning disability, or they had an illness that meant they had to take a longer test, or indeed bringing in imposters to take the test. And on top of that, a whole slew of bribes going to sports coaches, heads of those different elite universities, in order to ensure that those individuals, even if they didn't get a very high test score, nonetheless had a good opportunity to get into these elite schools on the basis of fraudulently posed sports achievements that would enable them to go into some of the university's top sports teams. So it's a whole menu of deceit and fraud that is being alleged.
And of course, on the other side of deceit and fraud is that aspect of privilege, because there have been ongoing allegations that children from wealthy as well as well-connected families are able to get inside track and when it comes to college admissions. And then also sometimes these large donations that are being handed over by the very same well-connected, very wealthy parents to allow their children to get ahead, sort of to say, of the curve where college admissions are concerned. And then one must ask, really, what happens to the rest? What happens to the other children who are equally as capable, equally as able to get in, but simply because of financial implications they can't?
Absolutely, and as you know, parents absolutely agonize for years over strategies that they can employ to help their children to get into these elite universities, and then to find out that these very privileged, may I say it, white and well-connected individuals were using what William Singer described to them as a side door. But they are probably going to employ a defense saying, well, we just thought it was a legitimate form of acceptance, and that this was a legitimate middleman helping our students. But the prosecutors are making it very clear that they believe these parents, which includes two Hollywood celebrities, a major fashion designer, many heads of business, entrepreneurs, knew explicitly that these were bribes and that they were cheating the system in order to bring their children into the system. And these allegations of elitism obviously go back as far as the universities themselves, because in the past it's been known very clearly that people have provided donations to universities before their children have applied for courses and colleges, and that's helped them as well to have a leg up into these elite institutions. So this broadly is a very deep scandal, and I think the level of outrage felt by ordinary parents trying to give their children a chance in life will be very, very high, and the pressure on universities will be extremely high to modify and make their systems more transparent, so this kind of thing does not happen again.
Well, we're definitely going to be following up on that story, Daniel, as you say that there's so many other issues that go with it, issues around privilege, issues around bribing for your children's education. But what happens to those parents who have got highly capable children but simply do not have the finances to make bribes or even make donations? Washington correspondent Daniel Ranke is giving us the latest on that.